sub4sub. Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all give it a thumbs up. Hold up, let me fix this speaker. Good to go now. But yeah, make sure y'all give it like thumbs up, you know what I'm saying?
In my traction, I've started fast in my third year because I had been around the block a couple of times. I knew what my off season needed to be like, and I had gotten off to a terrific start in my third and fourth year. And then the injury happened, and that was it. But I experienced both.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Moore outside at the 3 with Randall down on the block at 4. Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. And it's Davis in at the center, filling out the middle. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. And so Grant will be out for the Oklahoma City Thunder and going against New Orleans for the first meeting of the year.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
And you know, with two teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Robertson the pass to Westbrook. Moore outside. Kicks it to Holiday. Payton in the corner. Stolen by Westbrook. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. George has got the ball. The teardrop falls in.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition. Times it perfectly and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Now here's Payton. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Holiday goes in. Well, Greg, Anthony Davis was so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now it's pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Free throw, good, Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
He doesn't get the second one. The Thunder have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Westbrook kicks to Robertson. Oklahoma City moving. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. For 3, Westbrook. That one doesn't go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Holiday looking over the floor. Pass to Davis. Jackson, he's checked in for Robertson. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Now here's Jackson. Holiday right on target. Holiday's got it back down to single digits for the Pelicans. Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against the Wizards in Washington. Holiday against Jackson. It's stolen by Davis.
What the fuck, man?
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on George. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Grant. Diallo, he's checked in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Miller. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Schroeder dishes to Jackson. Knocked loose. And Holiday kicks to Frazier. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition team. In third, the Pelicans. The Thunder in fourth.
And you know what? These are two of those teams that just live off their transition game. They put a lot of pressure on you defensively because that's where they get the bulk of their offense.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Holiday. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted.
The Pelicans trail.
Oh, man.
It's Miller on the wing. It's guarded by Schroeder. It's stolen by Schroeder. Pass to Jackson. Over Miller. And Noel gets to Patterson. Drains it from beyond the arc. Patterson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard. Reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
Frazier left side. There's the three. And the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Thunder out in front, up by 5. And we'll be back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
And we know energy and effort go hand in hand, and they won't be denied playing with a bunch of energy, easily coming up with those offensive rebounds, too.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Pelican 5 right now. You've got Holiday. Lots of physical play, Clark, during your time in the NBA. That's been toned down to a degree. You miss it being a bigger part of the game now.
You know what? I think it's still a very physical game. The rules have changed. The way the game is officiated has certainly changed. Some of the tough fouls that you saw in decades past don't exist as much. But I still think the game is extremely physical. So I'm glad to see us move in the direction of toning that down a bit. There's enough physicality in the game.
Jackson misses.
Oh, my God.
Pelicans trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
joystick. It's tripping. Buttons on it get stuck and shit.
And a new group in for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. George is checked in for Jackson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Okafor. Diallo comes in for Mirotic. Ejuan Moore is checked in for Drew Holiday. And it's Peyton in for Tim Frazier. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Moore passes to Diallo. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Now, here is George. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Wizards in Washington. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Westbrook. The Thunder with another miss. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And it's Davis with the jam.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Now, here is George over Miller. Trying to end the drought. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down to just 2 points from the bucket from Paul George.
I love the activity. George is not just a perimeter player, folks. You can depend on him down low, too.
Moore against Westbrook. High post, Davis. Miller outside. Felton against Peyton. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Felton taking his time here. Adams. Basket good. Adams has got the game tied up here for the Thunder.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
Peyton outside. Back to Moore. Davis finds Peyton. Trying to get open is Davis. No good from Peyton.
Well, that's a devastating miss there. You got to convert on these easy layups deep inside.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Good. A nice assist from Felton. And now it's a 3-point Thunder lead. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Paul George with the steal. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, we talked about, George is athletic. He's long. He's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender. And that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
Here's Diallo. Peyton outside. 6 on the shot clock. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. And the foul's on Shep Diallo. That's his first foul. Andre Robertson is checked in for the Thunder. Randall's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Westbrook kicks to Robertson. Outside, George. Westbrook dishes to George. Sinks the triple. George has got 9.
Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin. Rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
The pass to Davis. It's stolen by Adams. Here's George. He's got 9. Down low. Here's Robertson. Sinks that one from the post. Robertson's got the lead up to 10 now for Oklahoma City.
Fruitful possession.
You like seeing them put together these types of plays.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and containing the pace. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
This joystick ain't doing right.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, what have you liked so far from your team?
And
What have
won't
you
be
not
getting an
liked?
iPhone.
Well, I like the pace of the game. Defensively, I don't like anything that we're doing as far as dribble penetration. Too many things are happening in the lane. We got to protect the basket a little better.
I'm getting new phone
Coach. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. It's been one outstanding game from Georgia. Oklahoma City making a change. Jackson's checked in. New Orleans also making some changes. Okafor comes in for Davis. And Mirotic subbed in for E'Twaun Moore. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Jackson. And it's George in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. When it comes to initiating this play, Clark, for your mind, who are the perimeter pick-and-roll ball handlers right now in the game?
Well, the guys that come to mind for me, Chris Paul is fantastic in the pick-and-roll. Damian Lillard is outstanding. James Harden. And I think Victor Oladipo is getting better. I mean, he's so good at finding seams and using his athleticism to get to the bucket, and he's really grown as a finisher. Kyrie Irving is just a terrific one-on-one player. Sometimes he doesn't even need the screen gap. He's so good with the ball. And obviously Steph Curry is in that category too.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Thunder. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook. And the Pelicans also making a change. Diallo is checked in.
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
Felton the pass to Jackson. Outside, George. Back to Jackson. Over Holiday. Jackson misses. Pelicans trail by 3. To the inside. And then Okafor slams it in.
When you're 6'11", doesn't take much for you to slam it home. Okafor, just a big guy who really can get to the rack quickly.
Left side, Adams. The feed to Jackson. Over Holiday. Misses off the left eye. The Pelicans have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. So they take the lead. And it's 6 points for Nikola Mirotic.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. They need him to find his rhythm soon.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Passes it to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Outside Mirotic. Off target from outside. Oklahoma City trailing.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it. Just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 8 points for Nikola Mirotic.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
To the wing right side. Outside, Felton. Jackson against Holiday. Jackson misses. Outside Mirotic. Outside Holiday. And the 3 off target. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. New Orleans on top as they end the period on a 9-0 run. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Thunder trailing by 4 on the court for the Pelicans. Getting the fourth quarter going. Down low, it's Randall and Davis. Holiday and Moore, the guards. And it's Mirotic in its small forward. Moore finds Holiday. Randall outside. Shoots over Patterson. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got the lead back up to 4 now for New Orleans.
That's a sweet spot now. Randall, a very good mid-range shooter.
Westbrook against Moore. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. In the corner, it's Patterson. A 3-ball. Drills it from outside.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Holiday against Westbrook. Kick out to Moore. Inside, Davis. But they'll get another chance. Outside Holiday.
Got one rebound.
Goes back up. And right through it goes. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
That shot was made possible by the work of Anthony Davis.
Outside Westbrook. Pelicans pull it in. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Mirotic has a wide open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. He's to Noel. The kick out to Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on.
2 shots.
What I need to do is get my...
He's off on the first. Running for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Diallo subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And a change for the Pelicans. Payton, he's checked in for Mirotic. And he's good on the second.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Right side Davis. From 18 feet away. And right on target. Good. Davis has got the lead up to 4 now for the Pelicans. Oklahoma City's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Grant kicks to Noel. Poked away. Stolen by Holiday. Pass to Payton. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. To the middle. 6 to shoot. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Payton is running the pick and roll. He's really skilled at how he finds his guys. He's definitely earned their trust.
To the paint, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Moore kicks to Payton. Pass to Randall. 1:39 left in the fourth. Over Grant. Randall no good.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
The pass to Grant. finds Noel. Paul George comes in for Diallo. And it's Jackson in for Robertson. The Pelicans also changing it up. Diallo, he's checked in for E'Twaun Moore. And Mirotic subbed in for Drew Holiday. That's good for Payton.
You know, one of the things that jumps out at you immediately when you look at Payton is his size. He's a 6'4" point guard who knows how to use his body and skill set to his advantage.
Here's Jackson. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 8. There's 48 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Morris checked in for Shaq Diallo. And it's Holiday in for Julius Randle.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Mirotic. And the Pelicans miss again.
And with the time remaining, I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, it would take a miracle for them to come back, in my mind. Like Tracy McGrady against the Spurs type of heroics. A lot of points in a little bit of time.
And that's an intentional foul. And the first of two, no good. Heartbreaking. So he comes up empty, missing both.
Time working against them here.
It sure is, and with such short time, it'll be really hard for them to catch up.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Simply missed the connection there. I mean, I like the unselfishness. Admirable, but just not the result.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul would make things interesting.
Yeah, but they need some help. They're going to need some help any way you look at it. I mean, they're hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
Yeah.
16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. They get it again.
Shoot it.
On the wing, Jackson. Over Holiday. And he can't bank that one in. So New Orleans wins it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Alder.